Hey, and welcome back to Quinora Plans. In this video today, I'm doing a time lapse to show how I created this page to reflect upon my hair journey. Back in February of 2014, I actually big chopped my hair all off, as you can see in this picture here. I big chopped my hair all off to start my natural hair journey. And every February, I really take, some time to think about my journey, think about where I want to go on my journey, think about how far I've come in my journey. Are there things I want to build upon? Are there things I want to change? Because your hair is your crown and glory. So, February is just my reflection month when it comes to why I started on this natural hair journey, and is there anything I want to change, and where do I see myself for it. So right now I'm taking this first picture and I'm removing the background from it. I use two different apps when it comes to removing a background from a picture. It just kind of depends on how and what is in the background. So the first app I use that I use all the time is Magic Eraser, and then the second one I use is Canva. Canva is really good at erasing the whole entire background when there's different colors, right? Versus Magic Eraser does good if like you're standing behind a white wall or you have a green screen where everything is like one color, or you want to get rid of just one color. It can be a bit difficult if you're trying to remove different colors in Magic Eraser. It just takes a little bit more time versus Canva. As long as the program can kind of tell the difference between the main thing you want to keep and the background, it does really good. So later in this video, you'll see me messing around with Canva a little bit because there's one picture of me in my car, and in my car I have black leather seats and my hair is black. So Canva didn't really erase the background well enough for me because it erased part of my hair. And then also with Magic Eraser, the same thing. If you try to auto erase the background, it's going to erase some of my black hair along with the black leather seats, right? So I think I decided not to even use that picture, but you'll see me struggle with it in this video. I was struggling with it for a while. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, is creating this page. I'm copying some elements from the page that I expect to be before it, which is this kind of blob green, which also in this video you will see how I will start with one thing and then end up with something totally different. So here I'm just going through pictures of myself for probably about 60% of all the pictures that I have in my phone and my iPad. I have them categorized, so family pictures, pictures of me, pictures of my daughters, stuff like that. So I'm able to go to my Moi photo album, and right now I'm just dumping pictures into the spread that kind of shows the versatility of my hair over these past 8 years? Yeah, 8 years. How my hair has changed, the different styles, the length, that sort of thing. And so what I'm going to be working on now is removing the background for all these different pictures that I have decided that I may want to use, because all of them are not going to get used. So you'll see that this is going to be one of the pictures that I was saying I was having issues with as far as getting the transparency. You see how the background is black, but my hair is also black, so I couldn't do the auto. I couldn't use the auto, but then when I zoomed in, my hair kind of blends in with the back. And so I tried to kind of like, go around it, but I just didn't like the way that it looked. So this was in Magic Eraser. I was trying to see if I could do it. And I think if I took the time to really like, zoom in and do pixel by pixel, I think it would have worked out. But look at that. I know my fro ain't that shape. So I just did not like it. And the background wasn't working in Canva. And this picture is the one I was referencing earlier where I was in a car. And you see how it just shrunk my fro. I was like, no, I don't like that. I don't like that. And it kind of does the same thing to this one. You see, it didn't really differentiate the hat. And so I tried for a little bit to kind of, play with it and see about making it work. But ultimately, I just didn't like it. It was just like, forget it. Like, I just won't use this picture. I'll find me some other pictures to use. Y'all see all these pictures? So this is where I'm gonna start playing around with them to see where do I want them, especially because some of them have those sharp lines, because it's the end or the bottom of the picture or the side of the picture. And I didn't want it to be so obvious of those sharp lines, the sharp corners. So I'm trying to line them up in the corner of the page, on the side of the page, bottom of the page, so that those sharp lines kind of go along with, the pictures that I use. And I got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 photos. I'm not using all 7 of these pictures. So whenever I'm stumped on whether it's a phrase, a picture, I always go to Google. And when I cut my hair, of course, the quintessential song was India Irie, I Am Not My Hair, was played on repeat. It was my mantra. It was, that was my affirmation back then. So I knew I wanted to incorporate some of the lyrics into my page. And I tried looking, maybe see if there was some cute, images or whatever on Google, but there wasn't. So I was like, I'm just going to use me in my pictures, which, you know, clearly that's part of the reason why I wanted to do this page is my reflection. So I decided not to use any, other pictures or other people hair pictures or stickers. I want the focus to be on my hair growth, going from pretty much what you see in that bottom right corner to where my hair is now, which the top right corner is the most recent picture. So here I'm just going to play around with the words to the song, some font and sightseeing to kind of see how I want it to be. So same as, my usual. When I find some stickers I like, I just throw them on there. But I really like this green background. I wanted the green to be in the background. So in order to do this, when you're not like 100% finished with your spread, you have to cut everything except for your background, and then make your background big enough to be the background, and then you paste everything back. Now when you paste everything back though, when you start moving stuff around, you got to use your image button versus your lasso tool, unless you're doing handwritten stuff or text. But once you put that background on there, you got to use the image tool. You can't use the lasso, because anytime you move an image, it's going to automatically also pick up the background. So this is one of the reasons I would love for GoodNotes to get a lock layer, type of button, so that way if I want to do a background, I can just lock my background and I can still use my lasso tool to move my images versus having to use the image tool. It's just a little workaround until, just a little workaround. Now, of course, what some people do is they completely map out how they want their page to be on a white spread or a gridded page, dotted page, and then they'll take that whole spread once it's 100% done, and then they'll move it over to like an image background page, like this green background that I have. The only thing for me though is the green kind of tells me what it wants on the page. Like the background tells me, and I don't think I would have had the same color pairings and choices if it was a white background versus the green background. You know what I mean? So I just do the extra work to use the image tool, which is the one with the little mountain and the moon on it. That's what you use to move any images after you have a background behind. You have an image background. Alright, so here's my finished page, reflecting on my natural hair growth and my natural hair journey. I mean, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. We have growth because that's what this journey has been for me. Zero regrets. It definitely took some time to get to the zero regrets, I'm not gonna lie. When you cut all your hair off, all of a sudden, and when your hair is like broad length, and actually any length hair, when you cut it all off, you kind of, like, ooh, did I do the right thing? And good things take time. I think all of these stickers, everything on here represents how I felt at some point in this journey, and I am excited to see, what my hair looks like 10 years from my big chop. All right, thanks for watching, and see you in my next video.